everyone. I welcome you all to the world of online trading platform where you can trade on various financial instruments like CFDs or Forex, commodities, stock and indices. As we know, this market is very risky, hence rewarding. So you all must be aware of how to cater to the risk of the market and thereafter gain profitability. Now, when we talk about CFDs, when we are mentioning about instruments like Forex, commodities, cryptos, and indices, which cover under the CFDs on this platform, we talk about trading on the price movements of all these underlying instruments. There is no ownership involved in these instruments. However, you can make the most of the market movements only by entering into the buy and sell positions. But be well aware of which side of market you are on. To know more about these things, we would like to train you a bit more on the technical and the fundamental sides. Before going ahead, I would like to tell you about what are the benefits involved, especially while trading on the Forex. As we all know, the world is getting one connected market. We all need to intervene in the various financial transactions based upon X currencies. You have to always exchange one currency for the other, be it your home currency or USD or any other foreign currency, to hedge yourselves against the currency movements. In this scenario, you have to be very well trained on knowing how to trade on Forex and other such instruments to safeguard yourself for high volatility in the market. Also, just to tell you a gist about how this trading on Forex and other CFDs instruments can help you over a very old school stock trading is that the major benefits we want to capture here are the time zones. The most important feature of the CFDs trading is you can trade around the clock, starting from the Tokyo session going to the US session. So it's literally a 24/5 market, 5 days a market in a week. So it gives you an edge over trading on any other platform where you can choose your own preferred time zone to trade and your own preferable zones. For example, you want to trade on some US equities or US indices, you can enter at any time you want to. Most importantly, above all, how to cater to this type of the trading in the market, you have to use a given platform. We're talking about MetaTrader 4 here. This is one of the most user-friendly platform which offers you trading on CFDs of almost more than hundreds of instruments. We talk about FX pairs, majors, minors, crosses, as well as indices and stocks. Even now, we have added instruments like cryptos, which gives you more advantage of trading instantly by taking positions out and in the market. Having a glance at the platform, you can see you can capture all the things together, be it the current market prices, spreads, and the market charts, which can enable you to analyze the market and at the same time execute the trade. To know more about how to trade on this platform, please sign up for the link below. Thank you.
Okay. Simran, one more thing I want to ask you from you that, you told me that about the your foreign exchange, currency trading. So in your training, will you teach us that how to trade in the Forex, what time I should buy, how to buy, or what price technicalities? So what will be your, total course curriculum or regarding that? What you will gain from there?
Sure. So to talk about the course curriculum, we'll not be giving you calls, like you say, telling me what time to buy and what time to sell. It's actually called giving calls on the market, which we would not do. We are only providing you training on how to take these calls. We will enable you from end to end. We'll enable you how to choose the instrument to trade. We'll enable you what are the best, how to find the trend in the market, the best prices to enter and exit the market. We'll be training you towards how to analyze yourself. Definitely, the people when they start trading, they kind of, have fallbacks. They would fail to understand sometimes, and we're providing a one-to-one mentorship session for that, so that the people will be able to understand from the mistakes and learn further. So it will be an ongoing process. First, we'll be covering step by step, and thereafter a continuation of the course would be there for sure as a complimentary service to the course takers.
Okay. Now here I have one more confusion. Let's say I'm a regular investor in the equity market. Okay.
Yeah.
So what generally I do when I invest money in the equity market, I generally try to take some kind of analysis from different finance houses. They always give some tips that okay, this is a good company going to share are going to hire or something like that. And after that we also do some analysis that who are the management, okay, what is the turnover of the company and P ratio and so some of the financial stuff, and based on that we keep on investing our money in the equity market, right? Okay, so now I'm what I am confused here is that when I am trying to invest in the commodity market or let's say your currency market, so I understood that you will teach us the tools, how to use that, how to buy, okay, but from this training will I get some technical idea of that, when to enter? Suppose for example euro, right? Okay, if it's a good time to buy euro, how to decide that? When is a good time to exit euro? What are the indications? So you will teach us that also in the classes?
Very good question, Mr. Chang here. So basically, yes, what you've mentioned about this in the stock market, the equity market in general, you've rightly said you have a basis there. You have a basis of finding out what's going on, what is going to be the activity in the market through knowing about the PE ratios, the company stats and balance sheets, and knowing what is upcoming in the market from the company, from the latest news floated in the media. That's more likely to happen, right? In this case, in this side of the market, you are actually more aware about certain instruments. How? Because as a part of this course, I'm going to cover about fundamentals. When I say analysis, I'm talking about both, because you cannot trade on these instruments without combining fundamental and technical analysis together. Okay. It cannot go without any of these. It can be really very risky because you need to understand fundamentals, however, to understand how technicals are going to intervene, because it has to go hand in hand. If you fail to understand fundamentals and only go with technicals, you're going to lose the grip of the market, which should not be the case. This course will only be complete once you understand both together, and that will be covered and well taken care of. We'll be taking each and every part of fundamentals as well as technicals. Now, coming down to the question of yours, which says, how do I know euro is a good pair to trade today or not? So we have a list of, I'll be sharing with my course takers some links where we can, everyday basis, they can go and have a look. What are the most important news of the day or of the week? Like they say, we'll have a market watch for the week as well for them. So they can see during this week, there is some very important news upcoming for Eurozone. For example, their CPI is up, which is Consumer Price Index. They would know what's the status of the inflation in the economy. If let's say there is some governor speaking, the bank governor speaking during that week, so they will be made well aware that in this week you have an FOMC meeting. A market watch will indicate them that on this particular day you can expect enough volatility in the market in the US hours, let's say on the FOMC minutes meeting time. So be aware. Either they can, if they are very pro traders, they can make the most of that market of the news hours, because then the volatility is very high. And if people are confident about the direction of the market, they can make good profits. But at the same time, for the new traders, we make them aware that please stay away from the market during these hours, because there can be a lot of volatility in the market at this time. So you can be exposed to high amount of risk, knowing what is your margin or your capital in trade. So all these will be very well taken care of. It has to be an end-to-end course, so as people to understand that they are fully taken care of from the risk management side and from how they can make profitability in this market. So there will be no stones unturned here, I would like to say here.
That's great. So that means what happened, I understood that. That means what happened, I will be little knowing about the technicalities also, and I will be knowing how to use the tools also from you, right? Okay. So that will allow me to trade regularly in the, and same thing will follow in the commodity market also, Forex, like Forex, as you said.
Yes. So for example, I'm talking about, let's say gold. Example, gold, silver, crude oil. I'll be targeting mostly on these commodities here, which are highly traded in the market. So these commodities in a way are very closely connected with the overall economies of the world, especially when in terms of gold. So we will be covering the correlation in one of our sessions between how the market will move for the commodities XYZ, for example, gold, versus if there's a movement in the USD, or if there's any economic news coming from the Fed, how will it be impacting gold? The expected moves will be discussed and their correlation, so that people can understand which instruments can be a good opportunity lying into trade.
Okay, that's great.
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing I want to know that, let's say in the UAE, right now opening the bank account and paying the money in the bank, there are so many, hassles are there. So right now, suppose, for example, when you're talking about the tools, okay, so how to open the account and how to trade this and how I will pay the money if, like, suppose, for example, if I'm starting the trading on commodities or exchange, foreign currency, how do I start that? Okay. How do I invest and what are the ways?
So see, there are some major regulations, which are global regulations, which are taking care of this market. Let's say, just to give an example here, for example, in India, there is SEBI, which is regulating the stock market of the country, right? Similarly, this is a global market. It's not a regional market. It's a global market, which is taken care by few regulations across the globe. To talk about the most I would say powerful regulation we have is the FCA, which is the Financial Conduct of Authority. Then comes the CISEC by the Cyprus authorities. You have ASIC, you have BAFTA, you have many more regulations which are taking care of these markets. So in terms of opening an account, there will be a number of brokers listed with you. We'll be educating you in the basis of which regulation to go for, what to look for when you are choosing a broker, and hence you will be guided very well in terms of how to manage opening an account and providing your KYCs as well as funding your account. There will be end-to-end support given to you, but we are not specific to any particular platform here.
Okay. Now, one simple question I want to ask you that, okay, suppose, for example, so, okay, if I understood that you are not talking about any specific platform, you are just trying to educate us that how to trade and how to, enter in the market. Am I right?
Correct.
I understood that one. That's great. Now, after the training also, how I can get in touch with you, or what will be, suppose, for example, you are offering, as you said, that different kind of courses you are offering, okay, and definitely I'll be the one who will take the classes from you. That's fine. But more than that, I want to know that, suppose you have finished the classes and I have got some doubts, how do I contact you? How do we, take some tips from you? Is it possible?
Yes, definitely. When you talk about contacting me, and like I said, the course takers will be having a one-to-one mentorship program ongoing for a month, which they'll be guided with whatever issues or doubts they have while they are trading on the demo even. And thereafter, you'll be having my direct contact to have doubts. When it comes to tips, it will always be the tips in terms of, okay, what did I go wrong on this trade? Or what is happening in the market today, like market updates, or if you have faltered in adjusting to some concept that we have discussed in the past. Tips would never be again pointing out to what price to buy or what price to sell. We can discuss the past trades of what happened and what went wrong, but nothing on the future course.
Now, here one more question I want to ask you. When you talk about CFD, it is that, like suppose, for example, morning I bought some gold, okay, or invested some money in the gold commodity, if let's say gold or silver. So I can hold it, or I can do in the same day also, buy and selling. I can do the same also, right?
Definitely, it can be instant also. For example, because we on this platform, you have different time frames. So people who are looking for short time frame can do the analysis on the short time frame and hence understand where the market is going in next 1 hour or 4 hours. So there is a minute chart, there is 15 minutes chart, there is hourly chart and 4 hourly chart, and henceforth there's even weekly, monthly charts. So if you're looking at, let's say you are a gold trader who wants to hold the position for long, as you expect that gold might go very high in coming 2 months or 3 months time. So you're going to take a position today. But if you want to analyze it very well and reconfirm your decision, you will be looking at monthly and weekly charts to understand which price would be the most suitable price to enter and exit. And these things you will understand more when you are actually going through step-by-step training process, as we become covering how to trade on short term, long term, and what parameters to look at.
One question, very funny question, but it's coming to my mind, that like, what is the minimum ticket size we should think about? How much money,
So when you actually start trading, there is most of the brokers don't provide you any minimum or ticket size like as such, but you can always open accounts for $100 also, but wherein they offer you trading on micro lots. It's a leverage market, so you can definitely take a trade on having $100 account. That's not a big thing to talk about. But I believe when you talk about risk management side of it, knowing how volatile the market is, it's always recommended to have a decent ticket size, which varies between $5,000 to $10,000.
Okay. And one more thing, suppose for example, if I take a training, right? Okay. And I'm very keen because I earn quite a good amount of money in your equity market. Okay. But trading or commodity, Forex was something which I never tried earlier. Okay. So what is the probability, that something could be done from here for a normal investor like me who, let's say, want to, start with, let's say, $5,000 or $2,000, something like that. So what is your view, ma'am?
See, I would not mention about the probability numbers here because that gives it another picture altogether. The chances of you getting enough returns, I would say, is much high, but depending upon how you trade. So everything isn't under control here, is in your control here. It's not like you chose a particular share in the market, understanding what was the market, the company situation then, and you held it for like, let's say 5 years or 10 years, and somebody else who was driving that company has done something wrong and the prices have gone down. It's not the case with this market. So everything is very much under your control. The economy is ever changing. The prices are always fluctuating. Every given point of time, you are the master of your own money. You can always change your positions. You can take new trades, close previous trades, but you have to risk manage your account every now and then. So it's not about playing any gamble here, but rather it's more about knowing your trades very well. Whenever I train people, I always tell them that you have to be doing all the hard work before you take a trade and not after, because later what you have decided will take an action automatically. So all your trades, you would know where I'm entering, how much profit I'm going to make, and if the risk is coming in while you're in the market trading, you're going to be maximum of this much of risk, which you have to cut loss. So you would know in this trade, if I'm entering, I'm going to make either of this much profit or a loss of this much. It will never be like I might lose or I might gain. Chances will be very different in terms of how you analyze the market.
Okay. So either both the fight, either may this loss or profit, that's it.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, see, again, like I said, it's not going to be loss or profit. You would be well aware that, okay, for example, there are different levels to the market. Let's say, for example, today you know that the gold is taking support at 1752 level, okay? And we know the gold is going towards an uptrend. Now, uptrend, we see another level at 1758, okay? So by the time you will be trading, seeing how we put these levels, you will also be able to memorize what is going on, what are the existing levels in the market. So you would know if you're taking a trade, for example, on 1754, okay? Now the market is ever volatile. It's not going to give you a jump from 54 to 58 or 60 straight away. It might give you some retracements. Now, depending on these retracements, you will fix the price. We call it stop loss. You fix the price, you say, if the price is going below 1750 or 52, so somewhere around 1750, I need to close my trade because as per your margin, I cannot see more risk here. And you are on the buy side of it, so you would know the market is going towards this direction. But this negative side is only the retracement side. Now till 52, as I mentioned before, 52 is your support level. So the market is high likely touch the support and go back. It's called retracements, which do happen in the market. But beyond this retracement, because this was a very strong support level, if this level breaks, which means the market is retracing further back, which, however, is in the same trend as you decided, but it might go further below, and your capital is not enough to safeguard that retracement. So we'll be guiding you how to take this decision on putting the prices where you have to cut loss your position and you cannot hold further. So this is what we call risk management. You would not be taking a risk which is not under your control. We don't say profit or loss. It's basically how much risk you have while you're in a trade.
I understood. Now, definitely, I cannot take a trading from you for free. Okay, definitely. Now, tell me one thing. When you're planning to start your batch in December or January?
We're more likely to start somewhere in January because fresh year, fresh start.
And I am very interested, keen, because I'm a long-term investor in equity. So will you be, are your companies giving any one-to-one trading also? Suppose, for example, if I'm keen to take one-to-one trading rather than going for the batch, so do you do that also?
Sure, we do have some packages for one-to-one. If you're interested in more in that, I can share that with you.
Fantastic. So, ma'am, definitely I am in. I just need one support from you. Please ask any of the team member to send me the link or any further information so that I can enroll and I'm in for the same.
Definitely.
The only thing for me that whether I want to go for one-to-one or group, batch, that let me think one day, or most probably I want to take one-to-one with you, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.